shocked by the success of this show?
It's a good leading question.
You know, the piece of me that always like thinks that the chicken little piece of me that says the sky is falling and I'm gonna be like dead alone in a ditch. Yes, totally shocked by the success of the show. But then the other piece of me that's more rational and was there and felt you have that instinct that you're doing good work and it's exciting and you kind of had that knowing that it was gonna be received well.
You guys are doing really good work. I went on Twitter and I saw the show was trending. I actually bought Starz in order to watch the show, so I'll be following
That's
along
one of the
with
coolest things. I've heard that a couple times. I'm really humbled by that.
But I do want to know what's going through Ghost and Angela's mind as we go into season 2.
How to love each other away from the world that they both happen to be involved with, but also not wanting to abort the world so much because they both are so freaking competitive that they want to win in those worlds.
Yeah.
Because at the end of season 1, we're supposed to get on a plane to go to Miami, and my antics caused my CI to get killed, so obviously I can't make it.
My antics caused me to almost get killed, so obviously I can't make it.
And it picks up with us sort of dealing with all of those consequences and what happens, you know? Like what happens to your family and your kids after a shooting, right? Where your father and your husband are almost killed, right? What happens to my job, you know?
What happens to that airline non-refundable fee?
Talk about practical. That was
right.
That was practical for you.
And you guys are keeping a secret from each other because you guys both have different lives. The characters both have different lives.
Right.
Yeah.
In season 2, I know we're gonna start to reveal some of those secrets. How does that play on going forward in this series?
It raises questions of how does your love and your relationship navigate the doubts that the truth reveal? How does it navigate the pain, the sense of betrayal, the what does your own sense of your identity? Because it's also like Angela's chosen to become a mistress, and it's also that what have I become? What have I turned into?
I would say what she said. I mean, that stakes. She keeps saying, and it's true that. Ghost wants out of the drug world, but he doesn't want to lose the benefits that have come with it. And it's funny that we laugh about your practical statement, which is true, but she ain't really got to pay back any reimbursement fee if she don't make the flight, because he has a private plane. So those are the things that have been afforded via this life of his, and so he wants her, and he wants he and her and the kids to be able to go to their world and be away from this side of New York, at least, but he doesn't know how to get rid of the things that come with the drug world, and the power that comes with it. There's that word again.
Isn't it funny how the things you want, you get real close to them, and then there's always a hurdle you have to jump over it.
Man.
What hurdles have been in your real life ways before you reach the goals that you accomplishing now and in the future?
I don't even know if the director or the creator of a show like this would want actors that didn't have those hurdles. Does that make sense? I don't know how do you play that, I mean, I lived in a car at one point.
Wow.
So did I. We bonded over that. Yeah.
Joe was kicked out of acting school. Wow. He was a freaking brilliant actor.
Yeah.
Kicked out.
Not knowing how you're gonna pay your rent, getting down to $68 in your bank account.
What's going through Tasha's mind as we enter season 2 of Power?
Well, I think what's going through her mind when you enter is that, is Ghost gonna try to leave me for Angela? I think at the end of season 1, the last thing he says to me is, when I get back from Miami, we need to talk. And I'm like, whoa, talk about what? And we need to talk.
Yes,
usually means it's not a good thing. But I think she's afraid, and I think she's feeling really vulnerable at the beginning of the season, but that all starts to shift and that all starts to change.
She gets a little bit of power season 2.
She definitely gets some power and some strength and some individuality. I think she comes into her own where she really, really realizes how strong she is as a woman. She's not just Ghost's wife. She's not just his accomplice. She's not just his partner in crime. She's also a mother and someone who can do a lot more than she ever imagined that she could. So.
Well, Tasha sort of has an idea that she's about to go down. And she plays it sort of calm. At least in the beginning, she plays it calm. How close is that to Naturi? Are you, when you find out your man is cheating, are you a little bit more calm? Or are you raising hell, throwing pots and pans, putting them on World Star?
Yeah, no, I admire Tasha, okay? Like, she has so much, contained aggression. She can like kind of hold in things and deal with it. And it's probably also because she's a mother and she's a wife. You know, I haven't reached that plateau yet in my personal life. And I think moms and women in general just know how to kind of figure out, okay, I'm not gonna say anything right now, but you just wait. When we get to the right place, we're gonna have the conversation. Naturi is a lot more, I don't think I could hold it in at all.
Naturi gonna hit me with the, if I just tell you one more time, you know how girls clap when they get
Oh,
angry?
yeah. You gotta do it right though. No, I'm gonna tell you one more time. If I find out, like it gets really crazy.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't wanna be her, so I just try to contain, that side.
When you signed on to this for season 1, did you know it would be such a big hit?
I mean, you never know that anything's gonna be a hit because there's so many shows I was in things and I thought it was gonna be a hit and it wasn't. So one thing I did know though is that we had the potential and the goods and the material to be a big hit. And that's the thing, when I read Power, the script that Courtney Kemp Agbo wrote and, created, along with 50 Cent, I knew that we had something special. So I think I believed in the show from the beginning and I'm just glad that the fans got it.
Speaking of fans, has anyone came up to you and you were sort of shocked that they watched the show? I was talking to someone from Entourage and he was like, I was shocked that Meryl Streep was a fan of the show.
You know what? Oh my gosh. Lou Gossett Jr., I was at the Trumpet Awards, I was presenting, and Lou Gossett Jr. literally came up to me like excited. I'm waiting to go up to him, like to tell him, what a fan I've been for many years, like he's a legend. And he was like, oh, there's my girl, Power, Tasha. He was like, I'm mad at Ghost, and he said, be careful with that driver. I see you working that boy over.
Yeah.
He went into this whole thing about Power. Lou Gossett Jr. is a huge fan. So many people have, come up to me, but I was really taken aback because, I just would have never thought someone, like Lou Gossett Jr. would be watching, our show. It's an honor to know that people really connect.
Yes, women who, like reality stars that I knew before they were reality stars.
Jay-Z and I are doing the music.
That is not true.
Yeah, we're doing.
No, you're not.
Yes, we are.
No,
So
that is not-
Jay-Z's doing what he.